Welcome back to Speedrun Ragnarok, hosted by the RPG Valkyries. Coming up next is the Secret of Evermore Any Percent run by Vultus. And going into that one, we had to close the name of the incentive for the boy, which we came up from Nikos from V Games as the winner. But I'm going to pass this over to Vultus, and he'll let me know when he needs the name of the dog.
Alright, yeah, we gonna have the name for the dog right away. Also, hello everybody from my side. Okay, yeah, let's try to enter the name. So we have maybe one small issue. I set the name entry to 15 letters, but I actually don't know that because, like, it depends on the name what you're gonna input. Like, if a name's gonna be I, you see how many letters I could put into this box. But if it's gonna be W's, well, let's delete this really quick. So you see, there are only like 8 or so fitting in. So let's see if the name actually works. So High Spirits gave me the name.
Ooh, that one might be tricky to fit in there.
Yeah, let's see. So let's work. Nikos. FR. OMV.
I think we can get it all in there.
AMES. No, we one letter too short. Okay, I hope it's okay like that. That's only the S missing at the end. Before I mess around and try to uncapitalize the letters now or something and waste more time. I hope this is okay for the person that donated like F for the name.
I think they'll be all right. It's still Nikos from at least a video game.
Yeah, from at least one game. So okay, if everybody would be ready, and same for myself, I would keep the run going. And we have a lot. There's a lot of happening at the start of the run. I probably can not explain everything right away, so excuse me for that. I try as good as I can to keep up with everything, what's happening. But just in case, if there's something you don't understand, I try to keep up. We have a downtime later in the run, I could probably explain there, so... Alright, with any further ado, 3, 2, 1, and we go. Oh yeah, I gotta do real Evermore time, which is right when you get control over the boy. So, which would be right now. Alright. So this is the start of the game. What I'm gonna do here is, first, I kill one enemy, so I get a little bit of experience and money. Only the money matters. Okay, and the next thing is, I'm gonna bring myself low enough. Alright, that should be fine. So I am at 9 HP. Gonna let the dog name here, wait here, and now we're gonna let the boy die. Okay, 1 HP, 0 HP. Green switch, and the boy is dead in the screen. And if you die in this screen here, you automatically get out of this because this is a boss fight here. You can lose. And if you lose, this is happening. So if you enter the screen to 0 HP, you don't need to start the boss fight at all. And you skip the fight entirely. Okay, coming up, we have the dog's name basically right now. So
dog's name is Doof Doof. Capital D-O-O-F and then capital D-O-O-F. No spaces.
Alright, I need to pick up more here. Alright, that's definitely gonna fit though. Okay, so usually you don't have to do this here, but since I offered the dog naming, I have to go into this house. Otherwise we would do a little skip here in the village. So you leave the village to the bottom, like on the bottom right is the exit where you would go, and you could basically clip through the guard that's waiting there for you. Okay, first enter a name. D-O-F. And again. Doof Doof. Which sounds weird as a German because this is doof or spoken doof would be in German would be dumb. So, but it's okay. I guess it's supposed to be a dog barking sound. Okay, so we have our two names: Nico from video game, and Doof Doof. And we always see the names when we get a level up, so we're gonna see them quite a lot actually. Okay, so here, yeah, that would have been usually a guard there that I would have clipped through, but since I did everything in order from the video game, there's no guard there. Okay, gonna switch here to despawn the flower. And here's the it's not a desert, it's more like yeah, some plains basically. And here we get our first yeah, trinket item. They call charms in the game. It's basically relics from Final Fantasy VI, what I played earlier this week. So we're gonna need to buy something from this guy. And when you buy something, he gives us the Jaguar ring. And the Jaguar ring allows me to sprint now. Okay, so you can make the entire game without the Jaguar ring. I saw that now. But the Jaguar ring makes everything way faster because, as I said, now you're able to sprint. So you see what it does. So I can freely switch between the dog and the boy all the time. Ooh. And well, the dog helps you to find ingredients. They are lying on the floor. Like you can sniff for them, as you see, and the boy can pick them up. What it actually is, it's your magic system in this game. They don't have any magic mana or something in this game, or magic points. Magic in this game works, well, you pick up these ingredients like clay, crystals, roots, water, whatever. Well, depending on if you have enough of these stuff, you can use your magic power, or alchemy in this game. So what I gotta do is, I'm gonna pick up a lot of crystals and a lot of clay to have the, well, in this part of the game, the spell of preference for the speedrun, which is called Hot Balls. Yes, it's a great name. But basically it's a mud bomb, which you make out of 1 crystal and 1 clay. And here is a part, this is a big maze, and all these bridges, or a lot of these bridges, crumble down like that. So I skipped over 2 of these triggers that would make the bridge collapse, so I don't have to go through the maze part. Okay, and I gotta switch a lot between boy and dog. Here, you see that already. The dog's running a little faster than the boy, so for these long parts, I usually use the dog. Oh. Gonna switch here, some safety measurements. Oop. Alright, and this, and here's the first boss. By the way, the petals I pick up all the time, these are healing items, like your typical, if you want to be in a Secret of Mana style, your candy, or the potion, kind of. Okay, so this boss is Thrax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna open my menu, I use spells, and I keep spamming like 8 of them at once. 8 is the maximum you can do at once, so that's why it's 8. And he's dead, nice. He has 600 HP. Okay, that is boss number 1 dead. And we see the beautiful names displayed all the time. Okay, so usually you only can use 2 spells at once. But with a little trick, you can do up to 8 spells at once. Then after 8 spells, the game locks you out of casting more spells. So how you do that? Well, if you control the boy, you can only open the menu twice because of delay and stuff. But if you control the dog and then you open the menu with the boy, You can spam your spells way more, so that's why I keep controlling the dog for most of the first few bosses here, and I'm gonna spam a lot of spells in the early game. Okay, for the story, I don't say anything right now. As I said, we have a downtime later, so I can explain the story, I guess, a little bit later. For that case, here we get another spell, and here we have a shop. Gonna get some crystals and clay. That's good enough. I'm gonna get some more crystals, I think. Yes, just to be safe. The game is really unforgiving, though. If you want to have a PB, it's rarely gonna happen because the game is full of RNG, and it's not nice. So I gotta take a really safe way to hopefully finish this run and without any issues. Okay, back to the village. We talk to the leader of the village again, where we got the dog name as well. This here is Fire Eyes. She looks like a little girl, but she's actually here for over 30 years already, so... Okay, basically what happened is, you are from the real world of, like, the real Earth. From a town called Podunk. And you got... There was a machine, like, there was a professor, with 4 other people, no, 3 other people. And they had an experiment, and he created the world of Evermore. This is where we are right now. And well, the professor and the 3 other people got sucked into this world here, and a couple years later, the boy here discovered the machine and also got sucked into the world. And now we try to go back home. So much to that. That's basically wraps up the story of Evermore. And you get blocked by NPCs quite a bit. Okay, gonna pick up some things here. This is kinda a secret area. Gonna get a spell called Defend. Well, you can probably imagine what Defend does. And now we go to... Well, there's a big part now of the game, but we're gonna skip a lot. Since we do any percent. Oh. Gonna pick up this here. And I clip through a rock. That's pretty easy how to do this. Okay. So you gotta do it a couple more times here inside the, well, volcano. So here we do it again. You see what I do, like I go in front of the rock, then I open the menu with the dog, let the screen scroll away. So basically what happens then is the game thinks, like, basically what you can imagine is if it's not on screen, it doesn't exist. So if you scroll away with the screen, you just can walk through the rocks because they despawn for that time, or the hitbox actually gets disabled. And thanks to that little trick, you can skip a boss here in the first part of the game. Or even 2 bosses. Okay, what would be a game without sewers, right? Alright, you're gonna open this gate here, and I'm gonna save for safety measurements here. Yep. Also gonna heal. Okay, and coming up we have a kinda nasty boss, which is able to kill me. Let's hope he doesn't do it. Okay, yeah, well, this is Evil Fire Eyes. This is a robot. Yeah, we are in the jungle, dinosaurs, everything, and yeah, this is a robot. This, everything is good. Okay, well, here's the boss of the volcano. This is magma. We're gonna do the same again. Spell spamming. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually forgot something to do something. Bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please don't kill me now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and now we use call beats here. This is additional spells. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I hope the boss dies. Nice, he's dead. Okay, wonderful. Everything worked out. Oof, I'm glad. This can be nasty, as I said. Okay, if you're wondering why I open and close the menu all the time, in between, that cancels basically the spell animation. You don't think you're frozen. So yeah, I used the spells 8 times, and then I closed, opened the menu and closed it again. That immediately canceled the animation, so it reduced the lag of the spells, the lag of the spell animation, and yeah, pretty much that. I'm from Germany, yes. Antarctican, yeah. Or that. And no, this game never came out in Japan. Okay, so this was Act 1 basically. Now we go to Act 2. You can basically split the game in acts. Like the game has 4 acts, and every time you dog transform, you change the act basically. Yep, what Professor NES says. The engine is different. Okay, so here's another little trick coming up. So technically you have to keep going here, and there's a cave coming up, but I need to do something here really quick, and it's... I messed it up. I can redo it all the times, no problem. Okay, so what I do here is I try to enter this cave. Should be it. Great, there we go. So I enter the cave, and on the same frame I would change... Like, I would actually enter the trigger for changing the layer here on the cave. You would... Oh, there we go. Oh, come on, keep moving. This is nasty. This is not a nice trick, it can fail quite often. Okay, so what you do there is... At this point right now, next trick by the way, as I said, I can't keep up with anything. Okay. Okay, back to the first trick. So what you do is you hit the trigger where you would basically get the, well, let's say, screen transition, and on the same pixel where you would have the screen transition, you change back to the dog because for some reason it works there. So you gain control over the dog, and you change characters in the meantime. And thanks to that move, you can skip over the gap in like this little canyon there, because like if you control the dog and yeah, okay. So if you control the dog, the boy basically does whatever he wants, as you saw, and he also the laws of physics are broken. A famous quote from X-Death. So yeah, the boy can somehow, if you let the AI control the boy, he can just walk over that gap for no reason. And that skips a cutscene, which I'm gonna watch right now. And here in the desert, well, I did it from south to north now, so now we're gonna do it the other way around. So here we are. Let's see. There we go. It looks really strange, but it warps you basically through the entire desert. Okay, as I said, it's hard to keep up with everything because there are so many glitches happening back to back basically in this game. Okay, so you may probably wonder why I'm gonna do this here. Like I skipped it earlier, now I'm still gonna do it. Why I would do this anyway? The thing is, right now, I entered the market in the desert, and when the first time when I entered the market, there's an in-game timer running down for 15 minutes. You don't see that at all. But if you ask the people on the market, they're gonna tell you about the timer. So, we're gonna push this cutscene here into this 15-minute section because, well, now we have to wait 15 minutes anyway. So we're just gonna watch the cutscene here during that time, and he makes the bridge for us. And we have to go over here quite some times now, so we need that bridge. Okay, I'm gonna save here for safety measurements. Because now's the next glitch coming up, which can, cause a couple resets if I don't get it, but let's hope I get it. And yeah, thanks to these 15 minutes as well, we have, as I said, we have a downtime, and I can explain a couple things or answer questions in chat or whatever. As soon as I get this glitch pretty early, though. As I said, right now I have probably like 13 minutes left or so at this point, and we need, out of these 15 minutes in total, we need like 7 to do everything in this part of the game. And the other 6 to 7 minutes, we're just gonna sit around and wait until the timer runs out. There unfortunately is no way found so far that can somehow skip over the timer. Okay, I do a lot of bunch of... Ooh, that was nice. I do a bunch of really weird things here, but you're gonna see what is gonna happen as soon as I get it. Okay, flex! Okay, that was pretty good. That's really good, damn good. Okay, let me check something. And you see probably what it does anyway. So you see, look at my attack and defense stat. I think you notice something. Something's odd there. And here you get it in real action. Yeah, okay. So this is called Atlas glitch. Probably a lot of people are probably already know this stuff, and it was really fast. I was actually first try everything. It was pretty amazing. Nikos from video game reached level 7. We're gonna see that quite a lot now because I keep killing some enemies now because I need money. So I never need any levels again. I guess you can probably see why. Like I'm an absolute killing machine at this point, doing max damage with every blow, and I cannot get attacked anymore. Okay. I need to take a short moment sometimes and breathe in and out.
Sure, I can give you a minute here if you'd like.
Yeah, you can. I just need to grind some enemies now, so...
Yeah, you're on the grinding point of the game, which is boring. Like, why would I ever play a game with grinding? Okay, well, we don't have any donations yet, sad face, since the start of this run, but I can talk about a couple of things real quick. We actually do not have any goals or bid wars until this evening, so I figured I'd just start fishing out here for a couple of things. If you're looking for a way to throw in some donations. The Tiny Toon Adventures run later tonight. We still haven't met the goal to fight Duck Vader. I mean, who doesn't want to fight Duck Vader? It's at 73 out of $111. And then 8-Bit Hero, even later into the evening, hasn't met a whole lot of incentives for the body cam, the upgrade to exciting difficulty, the chaos difficulty showcase. Still got a long ways to go to reach any of those incentives. And then into the evening, also, we have the Dragon Warrior 4 randomizer race, or not race, but run, which has all of the naming incentives for all of the characters, and there's only 2 characters so far that have names. So there's plenty of honks that you can put into that pool, if you know what I mean. And I would just like to remind everyone that you are watching Speedrun Ragnarok, a marathon to support Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about their mental health issues, provide education on different disorders, and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. Because there's a lot of people in the gaming community who suffer from mental illness, and we just want to remind you that you are not alone. And there are treatment options, and there are people out there that will help you.
Okay, thank you. I could catch a short break now. Okay, I'm done with grinding. I got enough money at this point for everything I need at this point of the game. So now I'm gonna
plenty of rice.
Yeah, I got plenty of rice now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna trade a little bit on the market here. That's not necessary at all, but it makes things a little easier though. Okay, so I'm gonna trade a couple things here. That's beets, and now I'm gonna get some geese. No, it's actually chicken. Okay. And I'm gonna buy one item here. It's the Jade Disc. What it does, it increases your evasion and hit chance. Well, maybe wonder why you're gonna get some things that boost my stats if I'm basically the god of destruction himself. Well, I still can pretty bad hit though. Like I miss a lot of hits if I'm gonna attack something. And so I take the additional hit chance, so probably the enemies don't avoid that many attacks. Okay, yeah, this is the point where we're just gonna keep waiting until the market timer is over, so now I can probably explain a lot of things that I missed out now. So the first thing what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna annoy you guys a little bit, and I'm gonna haunt the chicken. Okay. Get the chocobo egg? No, thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna spam... Probably a Zelda reference, I have no idea, but you can angle the chicken as you see. Yeah, I'm gonna do the most unnecessary thing at first, of course, before I'm gonna explain everything that actually happened. Okay, there we go. Hey, you! Yes, you! Do not taunt the chicken. Taunt the goats if you want, but leave the chicken alone. Okay, the chicken god is angry. Alright. Okay, you can keep doing this if you want, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, back to the important things I guess. So what... I think I actually get the chocobo egg just to have, so I have to do something. 6 minutes left, she just told me. Okay, so I did the Atlas glitch. This is the thing because I do so much damage, and you probably saw, like I picked up the defense spell earlier that is also connected to that. So what did I do is I stacked a bunch of status effects on my character. Like, I got poisoned in the desert, I got confound on the character. Right now I'm just messing around here right now, so I don't miss anything. So I got confused. I got the confusion status, I got poisoned, then I used the defend status effect. And I used Atlas as well, which is a strength buff. So, and then I used an item called Pixie Dust, which I got in the shop, that is gonna revive you if you die. So it's basically a fairy or whatever you want to call it. And so I had all these status effects on the character, and then I died. So what happens? I had 5 status effects on the character, and he got revived. And for some reason, if you have these, like not exactly these 5 status effects, but if you have 5 or more status effects on your character, it deletes his hitbox for no reason. I don't know why. So right now I'm invincible, so I cannot take any more damage in the game. And the another thing is, as I said, Atlas glitched. I gotta explain it on the easy way so you understand it better instead of the way I did it. So the really short explanation, and maybe Speedrunner can do something with that term. So what I did is I underflow. I did a strength underflow, basically. That's why the strength is looped to 65,000 something. So what it did is basically Atlas works like that. So let's imagine we have 100 strength in total, and let's say you use Atlas and it gives you another 100 strength. So your strength goes up to 200. So what you could do is you could, or let's say you have 50 strength and Atlas gives you 100 strength. So you have 150 strength. So you have 50 strength, Atlas gives you additionally 100 strength, so you have 150 strength. So what you could do is you buff yourself, you have your 50 strength, buff yourself with Atlas, have your 150 strength. Then you go into this building here, this is an inn, you sleep, you save, and you reset your game. And then you restart your game, and all your stats got reset to normal status, so you're back to your 50 strength. But the effect of Atlas is still active at this point, but the additional strength is gone. So you have your Atlas effect still active, but your additional attack power is gone. And as soon as the Atlas glitch runs out, it distracts from your 50 attack power 100, because, well, the game thinks the Atlas effect is still running. So what happens? Well, you get to minus 50 attack power, yes? Well, kind of. What the game is doing though, it goes basically to 0 and then it loops back to the maximum highest number possible, because IT rules. I don't know. I'm not really into that stuff much, but that's how you can imagine it. And that basically is the same what happened during the glitches I did, but I just do it without the saving and reloading the game and everything. So that's the faster way, basically. Yeah, Professor Ness is explaining it pretty good in the chat, though. Like when written guide, kind of. So that's pretty much happens. And if your strength loop to such a high number, yeah, you see what I do. Like, I do maximum damage with every blow. If I would normally hit an enemy, like you do this in these games, like Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, with the action bar at the bottom. If I would reload this completely and strike an enemy, it would do 1 damage. But every attack I do with under 100% loaded attack bar, I do maximum damage. Or it is maybe a completely random number. That is when I got a crit on an enemy. So if I do like 54 damage or 782 or something, then that's a crit then. So yeah, that can happen. It probably happens. And that's pretty much it. Okay, time is over. We did it. I somehow got over the 6 minutes. Okay, so the only problem right now is if I reload the game, everything is gone, so I need to finish the game now without saving and reloading a single time. Well, for speedrunner that's not a big problem, but the thing is, it's not really marathon friendly, of course, so if anything happens, yeah, blame myself right now. So yeah, I need to finish the game now if I want to have the glitch active all the time, because as I said, it's gone if you reload the game. Okay, timer's over. I actually didn't manage to talk about the story at all so far. Fantastic, I hope you don't mind that. So what happened now is, well, the dog got to this town here, and they were waiting for the holy sacred dog. And well, since we get to Act 2, the dog transformed, and he exactly looks like the sacred dog. So, well, we had to wait for the announcement. That's why we have the 15-minute timer. And well, the sacred dog chooses one person who should be battled in the Colosseum here. And well, that's obviously or our main character, Nikos from video game. Yes. Oh yeah, fun fact, there are Final Fantasy VI characters here in the crowd. They have some break earned from the run on Wednesday, of course.
Or they're warming up for the Beyond Chaos one that's going to be right after yours.
Oh yeah, sure. That's right after this, right? Yeah, they're gonna relax a little bit before they need to go back to action.
Well, I do got a couple of donations, if you don't mind, real quick.
Yeah. Okay. One thing. So I gotta destroy this boss right away. So, like every single boss gonna look like that pretty much now. So yeah, that's it. Okay, now you can go ahead.
If you can call it a boss, that is.
Yeah.
Well, we got a $5 donation from Pendle Steven that says, well, since High Spirits is on the couch, this is a good time to donate for me. Also, yay, a European speedrunner. And Margaret Ann gave us $5, said, what about the geese, though? We can't leave them alone. They'll take all of our stuff. Didn't our Natara just prove that? And she put that towards naming Ragnar in the Dragon Warrior 4 randomizer. Honk.
Good stuff. All the honks. Okay, well, so as I said, the game is actually pretty basic. So the entire thing you want to do the entire game is basically you got into this machine and got to Evermore. So what you want to do the entire game basically is you want to return home. And well, you meet all these characters around the world here and there, and they basically do, okay, you do something for me, then I tell you, or then I give you something, or I help you somehow, and that you can go back home. And that's basically what you do. You help someone, then he sends you to another character, that guy is the same, okay, you need to help me, blah, blah, blah. And then, I actually do something stupid here. So you basically, as I said, you go from character A to character B, and then everybody is like, okay, yeah, you help me, then I'm gonna give you some hint or whatever, and then you can go back home at some point. But you're gonna do that long enough until you meet the professor actually at some point, and then you actually, he's like, okay, you have to defeat my evil robot. Oh god, spoilers. And then I send back you home. So that's the entire story basically in really short. Okay, so, and in this part of this really story, what I just told you, so we ended the Colosseum, and now we should collect the diamond eyes for the ruler of the city. And then he says, okay, then I can send you home somehow, because these diamond eyes have some sacred power, and hey, the dog got level up. Doof doof. So that's what you're gonna do now. We're gonna collect these diamond eyes now. One of the diamond eyes is in the temple, and the other one is in the pyramid. So we're gonna do 2 dungeons back to back now, pretty much. And since we have the dog back now, we can do some shenanigans again. Okay. So I let the dog wait here at the entrance, and the boy does everything in the room. And as soon as I'm done, I leave the room with the dog, and whoops, I'm out. Pretty easy. So as I said, it's kind of easy, like easy in terms of you don't need to watch anything basically. Like you cannot drop HP, so you don't need to heal, and you also cannot you have never a problem with anything killing anything. So the game pretty much turns into a running fest. So you really just run from point A to point B, what I just said, and you go to the boss and kill that thing. That was a mini boss, by the way. Okay, so we're gonna run around in the temple here until I can beat the boss. So this is a platform. Alright. So let the dog run over this platform. So I did not control the dog in that meantime. Just let the AI do it, because it doesn't trigger anything. Could do the same here, but it's not really important at this point. Okay, and here I'm gonna use an item called Wings. Let's just escape you out of the dungeon, so probably self-explanatory. Okay, so to open the door to the boss, we need a weapon. There's a switch on the other side of the. Like there's a gap in the main room, and we. Oh, I'm stupid, by the way. It's okay. Marathon run, all good. So we need to throw something over the gap to open the door to the boss, and there is conveniently a weapon here that you can throw. Pick up. And that's what you're gonna do now. Oh, rip. Doof doof. Alrighty. It looks like a normal enemy, but for some reason has a lot of health. And we got the bronze spear. I'm gonna have the spear mostly equipped for the entire run now, because... Well, technically it doesn't matter which weapon I have equipped, because I do maximum damage with every weapon. But for some reason, with spears, you run faster in this game if you have a spear equipped. And this is the first spear you can equip in any percent. So we're gonna equip the spear here, and I mostly try to have the spear equipped all the time now. Okay, this was the boss. Yeah, I hit him out of existence pretty much. And now we get one of the diamond eyes. And now we go to the pyramid and grab the second one. Bazooka, well, yeah, there's a bazooka in this game. And with the best projectiles of bazooka, you do around 700 to 800 damage. Okay, so here's the pyramid. This is a split dungeon, so we need to send the dog in first. And the dog is mainly, well, sitting in this room here with the pressure plates. And he opens door for the boy. Doors for the boy. So the boy does all the work, basically, gets through the maze of the pyramid, and the dog sits in the main room and presses a couple switches to open doors for us. Okay, usually I don't need to kill anything, but sometimes enemies get in my way, like these guys, and they drop something that's also blocking you. So, so much to that. And sometimes it's worth to kill something because it reduces the lag, stuff like that. Okay, so here we get the dog in action. Open the door for me, please. I think I don't want to go too much detail with Energizer and everything now on Bazooka, so I keep it as newbie friendly as I can. There's a lot of things you can do in this game, and fun fact: this game is always somehow broken. I did a lot of shenanigans categories for this. And I always found a way to somehow break the game so far. Okay, that was the mini boss. And now we got the axe, and the axe can destroy these walls here. Oh, these door walls, I don't know. Like stones in the door. Okay, we go back to the spear. We don't need to, like, we didn't need to open these 3 walls, and then you're good to go. You can go back to the spear again. As I said, spear because you run faster when a spear is equipped. Okay, let the dog wait here because if there's another, you see there are a lot of enemies flying around here. These skull birds. So I try to let the dog sniff somewhere at the edge of the screen, so he doesn't. No more sprites on the screen means less lag. Okay, here's the boss of the pyramid. So I open the menu here right away because he immediately starts to curse me here. Confound. So I immediately cancel the spell animation by opening the menu, and I can immediately defeat the boss. I need to wait here because Well, I need to grab the diamond eye first before I leave the room. Alright, good. Usually the door closes behind you, but I killed the boss so fast that the door never managed to close, actually. Okay, we got the 2 diamond eyes. I fall into that pit for no reason. It's not too bad, though. All good. Oh, Confound is gone. So your Confound inverts your controller, huh? That's it. Okay, I gotta do safe stuff here. Gonna open that wall. Where's the dog? Ugh, come here. Okay, we wanna maybe what I'm gonna do here. This is a tricky part because there's a cutscene coming up here. Alright, good, I'm over the trigger. So there's a cutscene here, and there's the guy coming over to you that wants the diamond eyes from you, and he takes them away from you. There we go. So he takes the diamond eyes away from you, and then you go to the desert town again, and he sits there and like, aha, I got your diamond eyes, and he summons the boss, which he does anyway. But since I skipped the cutscene now, I have the diamond eyes in my inventory still, and that's pretty important because we need them later in the run again. So now I have the diamond eyes still in my inventory, and that saves me about 6 to 7 minutes later on, because I would need to defeat a boss again. Desert skip, hooray! Still not explained that. I hope you're just fine with me doing that. You're gonna see it once more though. Okay, so here's the dude. So this guy would approach us and say, okay, can you give me the diamond eyes now? And yeah, he has them still anyway, because, well, flow of the game, you know how it is. Okay, so this is a stupid statue here, and for some reason it has a really high evasion. You see, I missed that statue. 5 meters tall, can't move, but it still can miss. I still can miss attacks, and it can dodge attack apparently. No idea. Okay, so this is the well, the guy in green was the fake dude, so the robot, and the guy here in yellow is the real one. We would have actually met this person if I would have went to the camp where I just fell down the canyon before everything. I would have met this person here, and yeah, then we would have been a little smarter about everything, but not right now. Okay, so what was that? There was a little pyramid, and that exploded apparently. So that was the energy core, and it got tossed over to the other side of the desert now, and it made a hole in the river, and that's where we're gonna go now, basically. Because, well, maybe that's our way home. Who knows? So we're just gonna go there. Can you get to this point without? Yeah, you could. You could just do the same what I did. You just couldn't enter the dungeons, like the pyramid and the temple, without never go to his camp. It's pretty easy. You never get his spells, and like you never get any advantages from meeting him actually. So you basically just make the game harder for you. But it's possible to mess this game up enough so you can actually never meet him before this cutscene. Alright, desert skip again once more, and that's also the last time I do it. Okay, so I'm pretty strong in everything, but I'm gonna buy some stuff here, limestone and wax. I'm gonna save for no reason. So I'm gonna get limestone and wax here. That is for the spell Crush I picked up earlier, which I'm gonna use right now to level it a little bit. Wrong direction. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. You don't see it though. You're gonna see it soon. So why are you gonna level a spell? I'm so strong. Why do I need to do this? Well, even though I'm super strong and everything, I cannot hit any bosses that are out of range. And there's a boss coming up that actually is not normally hittable. Okay, that's good enough. So yeah, there's a boss coming up that is always out of range. I cannot hit it with normal attacks. At least if as long as I cannot charge the spear though, and I would need to defeat at least 50 enemies to level the spear once. And so yeah. I need to have something to hit enemies that are out of range. So yeah. The only way to go for this boss is either spells or having a spear that you can charge up. I cannot charge up the spear and it would not do any damage as well. So I have to use the spell method. That's what you're gonna do now. So this is a maze. A maze with teleporters here. You just need to remember the way where to go. Pretty easy. From this part on, you have a lot of mazes in the game anyway, so... Okay, there's some call beats here. These call beats are always these additional spells you have. They are really strong spells, basically. Okay, so here's the boss. You cannot hit this boss with normal attacks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only do 7 spells against this boss because there are so many sprites here, the game could crash easily. 6, 7. So if I use too many spells, the game maybe crashes here. So I'm gonna be careful. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luckily these call beat animations doesn't count toward that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, not dead. Okay, low damage though. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, that can happen. So yeah, that can always happen to you, that you... usually the game is routed out, so you do enough damage with the spells, but sometimes you get low rolls of the damage or something, then you just need to... That's why I got a couple additional crush spells, so I could just keep spamming spells. Alright, and that concludes Act 2. There we go, we're gonna get Act 3. By the way, I guess High Spirits maybe can help me out with that. Did the incentive got met for the secret boss actually? Because I have no idea.
We did meet the goal for the secret boss.
Alright, secret boss got met. Okay, secret boss is at the very end of the run, before the final boss. But I just want to know. Okay, I gotta come back to that when we actually do the secret boss, so... Yes, exactly, that's the boss where you need to brute force a code. Okay. Yeah, the dog is now a poodle. And now we're gonna watch the freak show. Because that's what you have to do for progressing the story. So in town here is a pig race, and the winner of the pig race gets invited into the castle, and that's where we want to go as well. So I talked to this dude from behind because otherwise you would need to watch a little cutscene. So we're gonna watch the freak show. Doof has to wait outside, unfortunately. first try code. I actually don't hope to get first try code, so you can't see me suffering. I mean, that's why I donated for. Alright, so this is Mr. Hat. He's obviously not sitting in a crate. Here's the Unigoat. That's a goat with one single horn. And you're not allowed to touch that horn. Okay, so this is the most scary thing in the freak show. It's supposed to be Mungula, but Mungula is not here. And this is the newest attraction of the freak show. It just came in right before we entered. It's the Pig Poodle. It's clearly not our dog with a pig mask on. Definitely not. Alright. Oh yeah, there's Mongola, by the way. He's still there. Okay, yeah. We have a poodle with a pig mask, and I talked about there's a pig race in town, and the winner gets invited to the castle. Well, yeah, we have a dog running against a couple pigs in a race. So, yeah, poor Truffle Trouble never wins the race, though. Alright, yeah. So now we get into the castle. And technically, if you played this game before, there's a really annoying part for most people coming up. That's the dog maze. That you run around in the castle with the dog alone, and you have to go through the vent system of the castle. It's a big, gigantic maze, everything in dark, and it's really confusing. Well, you don't have to do all of this, because here's the most difficult trick of the game. You just hold down and run, so you skip over everything in this castle, every cutscene. That saves you about 5 minutes, but you just have to hold down and run there. And with that, you skip everything in this castle. No dog maze, no nothing here, so we can just leave right away. There are a couple cutscenes I still need to watch from earlier, because, well... yeah, you just have to do it. They are totally out of order then. Okay, so this is... well, you see I don't have a interface right now. It's coming back soon. It's not too bad. Because the game thinks I'm in a cutscene. Okay, I have to wait here because the dog got deactivated for this part of the game, since you're alone technically. So, well, and this is a boss. This is the Foot Knight. Literally the Foot Knight. I mean, it's the foot and the helmet of a knight.
You defeated him.
Exactly. Okay, Nikos from Video Game S got a level up. We're gonna end the level with about level 23 or something. Which actually, as I said, it doesn't matter at all because you keep doing your max damage all the run. Okay, this is another cutscene, now we get our interface back. There we go. And here's another annoying part of this game for a lot of people, the big forest. This is also a gigantic maze, and well, if you have absolutely no idea what you have to do here, you're gonna get lost. Pretty easy, because this is a really, really big forest, as I said. So what you have to do here is, well, these little guys in the trees, you see them. There's one, and there's another one, and here's another one somewhere, there he is. So as long as you have these little dudes in the trees around with you, you're good. You can keep going. If you enter a screen and you don't see any one of these, well, you're wrong. You have to go back until you see one again. And then you follow them. And well, if you have absolutely no idea where you are, you either get back to the start of the forest, or you get out to the end of the forest. So there are also a couple secrets in the forest here. But since this is any percent, we don't need to do anything in here. Additionally, just keep running through the forest easily. Yeah, that's fine. A couple signs here you can read. They have some pretty funny. In general, a lot of dialogue in this game is really hilarious, but well, in the speedrun you don't read anything, obviously. Okay, so that's the mini boss of the forest. It's the doppelganger, and we get a lot of level ups because we are really low level. Hey, that was a crit. Did you see that? 1,124 damage. Really random number. It was a crit. It was a normal attack and a crit. Okay, I got a new weapon. I'm gonna immediately switch back to the spear. As I said, spear faster. Alright, second part of the forest. This one is way smaller and not as confusing as well. So Shadow Link, yes. It was Shadow Nikos from video games. It was Nikos from not video games. Okay, a dog got poisoned, who cares? So we're close to the end of the forest. And there is another boss, and you know how it works for bosses now. Oh, there he is. The Timber Drake. And we get a new spear from that thing. It's fine, so I don't need to switch the weapon. So let's keep going. Alright, so, well, what we basically do is now we invade this is Act 3, and there are 2 castles here. And we went from Castle 1 to Castle 2 now. Because, well, if you follow the story, you enter Castle 1, you win the pig race, you talk to the queen, and she says, okay, there's this other castle, there's the evil queen, and you need to go sneak in there and defeat the queen. So we went through the forest all the way, and now we're in the sewers of the castle. And, well, now we're here. But what we don't know, or I merged over the text already. So the queen we got sent from is actually the evil queen. So it's a plot twist. And this is actually the good castle here. And well, now we have to clear out everything in this castle, then talk to the good queen, the actual good queen, and then we go back to the other castle and defeat the evil queen. Alright, and I had to defeat everything in there. Okay, this is the most... that's my favorite track in the game. It's really relaxing. So... I love to listen to this track here. Okay, there's another boss coming up. Which is, again, out of range for me, so it's time to spam more crush. And it's also the last time I have to do this. So this is the Verminator. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my rest of call beads I have. And he should be down. Yes. This is the worst boss probably in the entire game if you don't kill him really fast. Because, well, he sits up on those crates there, and the only thing he does is he keeps spamming one spell after another at you. So if you don't defeat him really fast, he is wrecking you with spells. Like, you really rarely have a chance to actually do something in this fight. So it is really, even casual, this was just the best way you can do and defeat this boss. And we got the bazooka, yes. Okay, now it's story time. It's just what now it's gonna happen what I said. Like now we talk to we talk to this queen here. She tells us, oh, the other queen is evil, so we need to go back to the other castle. Well, the other castle put the drawbridge up, so we cannot go directly into the castle anymore. So we need to find another way to go in. Skip Verminator. Yeah, you can. You can skip the Verminator boss fight, technically, but the skip is super unstable, and for me it crashes every single time if I do it. Like, not the skip itself, but the aftermath of the skip. And so it is a different category in that reason, because it's so unstable. For some people it keeps crashing, some people never have a crash, some people have sometimes a crash, so... Yeah, there's also Cecil in this game. He doesn't look like Cecil at all, so... Well... Time to use the bazooka how it's supposed to be. Mashing. Oh. Okay. Well, what would be a good speedrun without cutscene RNG, though? Let's see if we get some. Yep, we get some cutscene RNG. Well, you see what happens here, like, right? So the boy went downstairs, the tinker here went downstairs, and the dog, well, he went all the way around and went from the top side into this room. Yeah, cutscene RNG, hooray! We just wasted 3 seconds there, because the dog went straight downstairs for no reason. There's another part where we have a cutscene effect like that, so let's see. It would be nice to happen, so you can see it actually in action. I haven't happened in a while, so... Okay, so this is the point where we figure out the other queen is evil, because we watched the conversation through this telescope here. I always like to tell a bad joke here, but I'm not gonna do it today because people hate me probably after that. So, I'm not gonna tell a really bad joke in front of 350 people. Okay, and now we get the Night Basher. So with the Night Basher, we can destroy some rocks again. No, I'm not gonna tell it now. I'm maybe gonna tell it on my own stream again. Then it's my own fault if I lose my follower. Yeah, unfortunately my connection is not that stable, so I'm sorry if you see a lot of blurrish stuff. I'm streaming right now at a 600 bitrate, so... It's not the RPG Valkyrie's fault that the stream looks like that. It's my fault. Okay, so yeah, this is the tower. It looks like gigantic construction site, but this is actually a tower. At the top is the brother of the Tinker that we met in the lab of the castle, and he has supposed to a way to get into the castle somehow. So we're gonna look out for him, and he is probably at the top of the tower. Fantastic. Some more blocking enemy stuff. And there is another dragon, as you can see it already. Ooh. So I'm gonna use another core beat spell here. I just got it's Hypnotize. That freezes every enemy on screen. So if I would get too close to the dragon, he would throw me off the tower. It would be pretty annoying. So I hypnotized him, stopped him entirely, and then I just killed the boss. Easy. So yeah, he can grab you and throw you off the tower. Even you, as I said, you're super invincible and everything, but that still can happen though. And this is the brother of the Tinker. He looks a little different. He has a different color palette. Otherwise, he looks the same. Okay, yeah, and this is a friendly dragon. It's actually it's Sterling. In the German version, he has the same name as the dragon in Secret of Mana. And now we're back into the left castle, so where we came from initially. And now we confront the queen, and this is a cutscene that would technically happen at the start of the castle, but since I skipped a lot of things earlier, we're gonna have to watch this cutscene right now. It's completely out of order and doesn't make any sense anymore at this point. Because now we talk to the queen and get the instruction to go to the other castle, all of what we did already at this point.
I guess I can sneak in here for a minute then.
Yeah, sure.
We haven't gotten any more donations, sadly. I mean, there's still 4 Dragon Warrior 4 characters for later tonight that don't have Honk for a name. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, just throwing that out there. I just want to remind you that this is Speedrun Ragnarok, hosted by the RPG Valkyries. You're currently watching Vultus play Secret of Evermore. And, well, what are we here for? Well, Take This is what we're here for. TakeThis.org is their website. And one of the big things they do, and this is something that I really, I've used before, is the AFK rooms at marathons. They go to, or conventions, I should say. They go to events like PAX, MagFest, TwitchCon, places like that. And I live up here in the Pacific Northwest near PAX West. And a couple of years ago, I sad face. I had a 4-day pass to PAX West, and I injured my foot. And I ended up spending a few times during one of the days inside the AFK room so I could, you know, walk more and relax and not have to worry about people around and stress and noise. And what they do is they go to these conventions and they professionally staff these rooms, these AFK rooms, where you can go and chill, talk about things. And when I went, they had coloring books and other things laying around, so you could just doodle and relax and not have to worry about things. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to raise $10,000. That's enough to staff one of these rooms. So as like Royal Blue Wizard says, they have coloring books in an AFK room. Who doesn't want to just sit there and color? But yeah, so this is Take This, and this is what we're here to support this week.
I hope you colored really beautiful.
I can't stay in the lines. I'm terrible at that.
Okay, I see. Okay, well, I avoided the other random cutscene RNG, where the room where we left after the boss, everyone went immediately downstairs, but if the game decides to just send you all the way around the room. Okay, so what happened? Yeah, I defeated the boss of Act 3. That was also the evil queen. It was the robot again. And yeah, we defeated Mungala, and now, well, we are good to go. And now we finally get some answers. Well, answers. Now we get a way to. Or what we basically know at this point is the prof could help us. That made this machine to go to Evermore. But the problem is the professor is in space. Yes, it's first dinosaurs, then prehistoric antique stuff, now castles, and suddenly space. Yes. So we need to go to space, and we get this beautiful thing here, which I have no idea how it can actually fly, with a stone wheel and a stove at the back. But this is our flying machine now. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna gather a couple items, so the Tinker here can build a rocket to space. So we can finally meet up with the professor, and he maybe can send us back. And well, you maybe remember I talked about the diamond eyes already, and the skip I did, which you didn't really saw much of. So yeah, one of the items I need to gather now would be the diamond eyes again. So there's 3 items I need to get: the diamond eyes, the wheel, and the gauge. Obviously, the game is glitched as hell. So what I'm gonna do is I pick up the gauge now. And then I go back to the Tinker, I give him the diamond eyes and the gauge, and as soon as I did that, I go back here again, and I grab the gauge a second time, and then he's like, okay, you gave me everything, I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's the story basically. And right there I used the wings, which you may remember teleport me out of a dungeon. And I used the wings and it said it didn't work. Yeah. Well, it may be true, because I'm still here and it did not teleport out of the dungeon. Well, I'm not in the dungeon anyway, so it cannot teleport me out of a dungeon, of course. But the beautiful effect of wings is it still removes the character's hitboxes, because, as I said, it tries to teleport you out of a dungeon. So it does the effect of teleporting you away, kind of, but you're still on the screen. So as soon as you use that outside, everything keeps ignoring you, because the game thinks you're not here anymore. It only stays for one single screen, so now everything attacks me again. You maybe wonder, why did I do this? I'm invincible anyway. Yeah, the boy is invincible, but not the dog. So you see what happens. Like, the dog falls behind me quite a lot, and if I go up the mountain here, I have to wait for the dog. So when I go up the mountain, I use the wings really quick, and then he follows me at least. And I don't have to wait at the top to wait for the dog, and I don't have to stay there for no reason. Okay, let's go to Tinker. Back to Tinker. Exactly. So basically what the game thinks is, like, it's probably a variable. There's a set here. Oh, he's pretty nice. So I give him 2 items, so the variable is set to 2 out of 3 now. And since for some reason you can pick up multiple gauges because the chest resets where it is in, I just pick up another one, and if I go back here, the variable increases to 3 immediately. Because the game doesn't care which item I give him, actually, as long as I give him the correct items. So if I would pick up the diamond eyes now again, he would also say, okay, you got everything. So that's why I pick up the gauge a second time. Because the diamond eyes locked behind the boss fight, and the wheel I would need to pick up, I also locked behind the boss fight. And it takes quite a while to get there, and the gauge is the fastest thing you can pick up. So that's why I do that. Alright, so you pick up the gauge again, and then the rocket is ready for going to space. And, well, we have another glitch coming up in the space part, which allows me to immediately kinda immediately let me go to the final boss, but since we have the secret boss incentive, I'm gonna go there, of course, before. The secret boss is also in the space part. And we're good on schedule, so I'm gonna slow down the secret boss a little bit, I guess. If I don't get the red flag for this right now. But I guess we're good. Like I think my estimate was 140 or something, and since I got everything first try, I have a lot of buffer. Yeah, of course it's still random if I get it, like how fast I get to the secret boss anyway. So, okay, what I'm gonna do now is I crash into the ocean. Hopefully. Yes, I did. So I immediately landed here without the flying machine. That would technically softlock me if I would not have this cutscene right now. So yeah, if you crash in the ocean, I don't know why, but there's somewhere on the map is a part where it lets you just teleport to this position here without the flying machine. And if I would have done this and not finished the missile, well, I would stuck here forever because I could not go and collect the other items anymore. But if you get everything, go to space anyway, you can do that. Little skip there. Skips the landing animation, as I said. Okay. Yeah, this is the space part. Now we have the toaster dog. That one is actually pretty good. And also has infinite stamina, so it can run forever. Doof doof, what happened? Meow. Okay, I'm gonna be slowed down because I need to wait for the boy. Because when I go on these teleport lasers here, I need both characters in there. Okay, let's do the secret boss. If the boy comes over at some point. Or not. Oh, he decided not to. Come on now. Ugh, I don't know. As I said, if you step in these lasers here, you have to wait for both characters to be there. Okay, here's something called Omnitopia Skip. It's a little complicated, but technically the dog cannot open these doors on the ground. So what you do is you switch characters frame perfect, and basically the boy opens the door at the position of the dog. Okay, so here's the secret boss area. The secret boss is locked behind this door here. And here's a machine that lets you enter a 3-digit code. So it's always 1, 2. You can choose between 1 and 3. So let's see, 1, 1, 1. It's not the code. So there's no way to figure this out. So the only way to figure this out is, well, you try. And let's go. Okay. So there are 27 combinations possible. So we have to go through all of them maybe. If I have bad luck. 1, 2, 3. Nope. I'm gonna try 1, 3, 1. 1, 3, 2. Nope. 1, 3, 3. Nope. Okay, there's no 1 digit. Let's go backwards now. 3, 3, 3. Nope. 3, 3, 2. Well, that's the alarm room door. That's not the one I want to open, actually. 3, 3, 1. Nope. 3, 2, 3. Nope. 3, 2, 2. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Okay. Well, so the best thing about this, there's a category in this game. There's a category in this game that requires you to kill all bosses, and you can imagine this is right at the end of the game. So you're gonna get a really decent run, and then you sit here like me right now, and then you sit here and keep entering codes, and you don't get it at all. So there we go. It's 2, 2, 1. Nearly exactly in the middle, though. Alright, there we go. Secret boss time. The Secret of Evermore. So here's the secret boss. It's the wall face boss, basically. Well, you never see them if I kill them really fast, so I'm gonna kill the next one pretty slow. There are 2 of them each here. There they are. Okay, let's use some. I still have some crush left over. 5, 6, 7. Make it was called phase. Boom! Crush now level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. As I said, you can hit them from the side, but oh, did he switch position? No, he just disappeared. Okay, let's kill him. Yep, it's the evil webcam. Evil panel ball. So yeah, you get a couple projectiles for your bazooka here for free. That's pretty much it. And yes, there are colors here. You see that's green, blue right now. There's a robot that tells you a color code, but it's for the alarm room actually. So the alarm room is another room where you, like, if you disable the alarm room, you don't have to fight the mini boss in that room. Okay, so now we go to the final boss fight here. This is in the middle. Technically, you have to do a bunch of things here in space, and even go back to the other part of the world, and pick up a couple items to open up this room. But you just can do the Omnitopia skip, what I said, with switching characters and open the door in the middle. And you can directly go to the final boss fight in that way. So this is the final boss. It is, well, it is a boss rush, kind of. There are a lot of normal enemies coming up, like these raptors here. Everything in here has a bunch of HP, as you can see. Okay, so there are 2 raptors coming 3 times. And if you kill this cleaning robot, there's a spider spawning, and like for every robot you kill, there's 1 additional spider coming. Okay. So you're gonna leave the cleaning robot alone. Alrighty. The last set of raptors coming up. Then we get something different. See, I miss quite often, as you can see. Even with my super strength and infinite stamina and everything. But you still miss quite a lot. Okay, here we get Rimzala Eyes. This is the recolor of the boss in the pyramid. I know. Just the amulet part of it. It would also what would happen. Now you cannot kill a robot. This is also what would happen if you would let the boss do something in the pyramid. Okay, next part of the fight. Cloning device. Oh. That's the crit. See, 145. Random number. Eel toaster dog. Every time you hear him barking, he's dodging. Alright, there we get a spider, because I killed the cleaning robot, and I kill another one, because this is the last one that comes out anyway. Okay. Here we get the magma refight. Way more nicer now. Yes, this is welcome to speedrunning Evermore. You stand in front of a boss and mash your attack button. And this is the final boss, the real final boss. This is Caltron's robot. He has 30,000 HP, so it takes quite a while, even with the glitch, to take him out. And as soon as the screen starts to flash, it's time. There we go. And we did it! I can maybe get access to my inventory if I'm fast enough for no reason. No, I'm not. Okay, and this is the evil guy behind all of this, basically. He created the evil robots, he caused all the disturbance in the Evermore world and everything. We would have seen this guy already at the beginning of the game. Alright, thank you everyone. That is Secret of Evermore. There's one more glitch coming up I could do. Let's see if I can get it. So technically the game is over right now and you don't need to do anything anymore. But you can move here on the outro. Ah, dang, I missed it. So you can move in this part and you can leave the screen here and then you can get control over the character again. Even you beat the game already at this point. Unfortunately I missed the screen transition trigger. So, well... Anyway! Yeah, that was Secret of Evermore. Thanks for watching. Thanks for accepting the run. It's always a pleasure to run the game. Crushed the estimate, but yeah. You never know what is the Secret of Evermore, so it could have gone horribly wrong as well. And I could have lost another 10 minutes to this. But everything went really good, so I'm happy with that. It was a good marathon run. Showed off the secret boss as well. And yeah, there are a bunch of different categories, like 100%, all bosses, no major glitches, no magic, and so on. So yeah, follow the Evermore runners. Yep, the world record is 116. I did a lot of, like, the naming costs time, and obviously I did a marathon save, so I don't die, because the game is really RNG heavy. There's a lot of... You rarely finish a run in a good time of this game. No major glitches does not include the Atlas glitch, so you have to find a different way to do a lot of damage. But the spells are so overpowered in this game, so yeah, you basically in no major glitches you spam crush all the time on every single boss. And on the final boss you use the bazooka, I think. I haven't done no major glitches in a while though. Ooh. Yeah, you still can open the menu sometimes here in the outro. Okay, yeah. I would be done. The ending of the game is really, really, really long. Like, even if I would mash everything here, the ending, if you would reach the complete last part of the ending, you would probably need to sit here like another 40 minutes though. So you gotta gather everybody that's not from this world and leave Evermore finally, at this point. So yeah, thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of the marathon. We can switch now, I guess, for the next run. Thanks for having me here, enjoy the other parts, keep donating, close to the goal, and yeah, have fun with the rest.
Thanks to Vultus for running Secret of Evermore, 80%. Coming up and next is Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos, Kefka at Narsh by Margaret Ann. Well, Vultus was kind enough to finish a little bit under, so we got a little bit of time here to chat. You know, have a little heart to heart with everyone, right? Because my heart still has an issue. There's still 4 characters that don't have the name Honk in Dragon Warrior 4 Randomizer tonight. And most people know that I'm a big Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior guy. And we need to get these names in here to confuse Rai Guy as much as possible. So we're looking for some names there. And yeah. So let's confusion percent, especially since it'll be the middle of the night. I mean, that's the best time to do it. But we are watching Speedrun Ragnarok, being hosted by the RPG Valkyries for Take This. Who are the RPG Valkyries? Well, they are an inclusive group of female and femme-laning speedrunners who all love and run RPGs. If you'd like to join the Discord, because all friends are welcome, ! Discord in chat, and everyone is welcome. Everyone is family, everyone is friends, and more people, more cute dog and cat pics are also welcome, I've heard. And yeah. And if you would like to support the marathon, and also you can also check out the sweet swag with the ! Merch command, where all proceeds will go to Take This also. And the last time I heard yesterday, they've raised over $250 already. Maybe it's even higher for the charity. So it's helping us push this up to 10,000, isn't it? But I think we're going to need a couple of minutes to finish setting up Margaret Ann and Casual Goose Dave. Got to get that goose in there. Oh, sorry, Margoose Ann and Casual Goose Dave. And we'll be back with Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos. And welcome back to Speedrun Ragnarok, hosted by the RPG Valkyries and supporting Take This. Coming up now is Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos. We all got a chance to see the characters not long ago in the Secret of Evermore run, to partaking in a beautiful arena fight. But Margaret Ann will be taking over coming up here, running with this run with her couch commentary, Dave. So take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Margaret Ann, and I am super excited to be here playing this game for all of you. So, yeah, this is Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos, Kefka at Narsh Percent. So we're not going to play through the entire game today, but it is going to be randomized.
Yeah, we definitely have a very exciting run. For those that aren't familiar with Beyond Chaos, it is a randomizer of Final Fantasy VI. It randomizes things from like sprites for the characters to the abilities they use. It really is in the name. It's very chaotic, so it's going to be a really fun run.
All right, so I'm going to count myself down. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, the sprites are going to be randomized today. We've got very little dialogue that we're going to see due to one of our settings that we put on. I'm going to quick change my settings here.
And yeah, what? Was Strago in the beginning of the game and 2 Genos?
Right?
What's going on?
Okay, so quick check, see what these characters have. I'm going to try Atomic Ray, see if that works. Yeah,
the enemies are
abilities.
The enemies are also randomized, and they have random resistances too. So we may get some very OP abilities that'll actually heal them. So, so like I said, it's very chaotic. We really don't know what we're gonna run into, but that's part of the fun, right?
Right? I like to think of this game as what would happen if Kefka himself was part of the dev team for Final Fantasy VI. I think the answer would be shenanigans.
Shenanigans ensue.
All right.
And so yeah, we're getting abilities right off the bat, like Atomic Ray, which is a very potent AoE, assuming that they're not resistant or absorb it.
Which can happen. It's a little bit of anything that can happen will happen here.
Yep. Strago backing it up to drop that Atomic Ray. And as you saw there, especially since we met the incentive where Super Balls are not going to be in play, you're going to see a couple points where we're going to try to get some extra experience. And having Wedge and Vix run away is kind of part of that, is to make sure that the main character that we do have going forward is going to get some extra XP from battles where we can get it.
And some of the tricks I'm going to attempt to do are similar to ones done in the speedrun, such as skipping that battle earlier. And, ooh, I didn't actually. Or did I? Okay, so I got one out.
Good enough.
Yeah, close enough.
The XP here is a little bit random, too, so never know what you're going to quite get.
Exactly.
Some of them you get next to none and stuff like that. Like the normal speedrun, you're going to see her run away from most fights, but there are going to be some where we just can't, even with random battles. And
So
we'll
I am
have to
going
fight them out.
And I am going to take this fight because of having other people in my party. Ooh, that one absorbed it, so...
And that's an example of, random stats, so that monster absorbs
So if it
Atomic
absorbs
Ray.
fire, theoretically it won't absorb ice.
Maybe not.
Yay!
Hooray!
Okay, and there's another level for me. So 6 is my favorite game of all time. Anybody who knows me can tell you that. Finding Beyond Chaos last year was just fantastic.
Well, I mean, that's the ultimate question you have to ask anybody when you're getting to know 'em, is what's your favorite Final Fantasy and why is it 6?
Exactly. Just to ask Puexel, if you can avoid it. So, yes, we're just going to attempt to take him down as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the Welk fight here is pretty straightforward, especially since we get some abilities that tend to do a little more damage than in vanilla. If we're lucky, we can get a 1 or a 2 round on him.
I don't think I'm going to make a... Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make a 1 round on this.
Nah, that takes a lot of luck.
It kind of depends on the abilities you have. If I had had Hyperdrive or Tech Missile, I probably would have been okay, but not today. But we do have the tournament flags from last year as our flag set today. Meaning we're going to be able to skip those cutscenes, save some time, and one of the flags we're playing with actually prevents enemies from having insta-kill spells for the most part. Mostly for marathon safety.
And I'm also with chat. You should definitely donate and tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why Final Fantasy VI isn't the best one and yours is. Please let us know.
What? Blasphemy.
And Welk is out of here, so we're moving on.
Yep. And here we go. We find out that Strago's name is Rin today. Oh, Poison Claw. I wonder... Nope. So,
no Poison Claw for Rin today.
No. One of the other things that the flag that prevents insta-kill spells also does is takes out the chests that are randomized with Monster in the Box. So I can open chests freely without having to worry about getting eaten.
Yes, for those that are familiar with Beyond Chaos, early monsters in a boxes can be brutal, just instant game enders. So for marathon safety, we're not going to be having that today.
Yeah, I do want to actually be able to beat this seed. W Elemental. So this is going to cast 2 elemental spells in a row.
Yeah, if we're going to adhere to any kind of estimate, we're not going to have monster in a boxes today.
Oh, but did we want to tell them what we discussed about our death counter thing? Which will not be on screen, unfortunately.
So, Margie and I have both... so did we decide on character deaths or just game overs on that?
I was thinking game overs, but we could potentially do character deaths. I think I have enough money in my bank account for that.
Yeah, we're going to do it. So we're going to both each donate $1 a piece for each character death.
Heck, that wasn't what I meant to do. There we go. Meant to empty out Mog. We're going to see Mog as Kiki.
So Chad, if you could help us keep count of that every time we have a character death. And the Mookles do seem to be monkeys.
They're linked to the past monkeys, and Locke is in his chibi form today.
Best form.
Alright, so I will take this fight just to get myself a little bit extra experience. I probably won't be able to run from it because of that one monster. Ooh, throw is good. So we're just going to attack our way through this. Get a little tiny bit of extra experience. It will be split among the party members, but a little extra money probably doesn't help either. Or hurt either. It helps! Words are hard.
I got my mix of nert.
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 Nert. So I'm not actually going to be able to run from this. Sometimes you can. That's one of the glorious things about this.
That is character deaths, Mike. We are each going to donate $1 per character death. So if anyone in our party dies, we're adding to that counter. So help us keep track of that in chat, please.
There we go. Nert and my mechs are down.
Nert didn't even stand a chance.
Nope.
All right, so now we're just going to make our way down to Figaro and pick up our third character.
Yes, I do actually like to take a fight in this forest. If I manage to come across a character with the skill Dance, Dance will do random things. Saving probably is a good idea too. So I want to have as many dances as possible. One of the great things that the programmers for Beyond Chaos did was that you can get a dance anytime you fight on that specific tile map. So the very first fight I did in Narsh, I got a dance, and I just got that one in the forest there.
And the dances themselves will have random abilities, so...
Yes. So if I do find somebody with dance, I'll probably take a moment and figure out which one's going to be the most useful. But that's a big if.
Leather hat?
Whole leather hat. This is awesome. Ooh, and a Zephyr cape. That's actually pretty helpful. Oh, yes!
Oh, Illumina, and we can use it.
Illumina for Locke.
And a Moogle charm.
And a Moogle charm. I'll grab a coin toss, even though nobody can use it yet.
This is
okay. This is a pretty awesome.
This is really nice.
Yeah, I'll grab one of those.
Who needs Super Balls? We're good.
Right. Well, the only thing about the Moogle charm is still only one character can use it, so neither of my characters can use it, but because I saw it, there's always the off chance that somebody will be able to. Nothing that great here, I don't think. Although, I do have the throw skill.
Maybe a few Mega Elixirs for safety?
Well, they're really expensive.
Yeah.
But I'll get one just in case. Those can only be used in battle, so they have kind of limited utility. What was I going to grab here? I was going to grab...
Definitely an oh crap button.
2 flame shields. Alright. I don't know what Metroid can do yet. We haven't gotten to see Pretend Edgar's skills today yet. The role of Edgar will be played by Metroid. But All right, so apparently Gogo is going to be our Sabin, so that's going to be fun.
Interesting.
And this is a strategy that I do that I don't know if I've ever seen anybody else do. I actually take a save right there on purpose.
It's a good idea, yeah, because you can lose a lot of time.
Yeah, there was a race, and a good friend of mine was the only one who saved before the fight against the Magitech armor there, and he had like 10 minutes on everybody else he was racing against because everybody else had to go and redo this, basically the entire castle.
Meanwhile, Strago's racing Tiny to bed here.
Yeah, well. How'd he get there before me? Small power.
Magic.
I mean, he is a treasure hunter. I'm sure he knows all the ins and outs of Figaro Castle.
Well, I did get a response for a favorite Final Fantasy.
Ooh, what do we get?
We got a $5 donation from Absolutely Trusty. My favorite Final Fantasy as well. Check the donation amounts. Evil Trees, Fighting Turtles, Gilgamesh, and an annual fiesta. What's not to love? And Absolute Trusty put that $5 towards naming Christo in Dragon Warrior 4 randomizer. Well, it's not Honk, but it's Nikos. That's still good.
Nikos and Honk. I will
Nico from
accept
Video
both.
Game? My favorite.
Yes. And
Alright, so we made quick work of that fight, so we're gonna head up Figaro Cave here. What we're really looking for here, what we're really hoping for is runnable fights.
oh man. Well, we don't really have to
Or
worry
we don't
about
have to worry
quite
about
as many of those because
Yes.
apparently our friend from Metroid can use that Moogle charm. So yeah, that actually feels pretty good.
So in this, Moogle Charm doesn't eliminate random counters, but it does heavily cut down on them. So it is still a boon to have here.
Let's see. And that blitz skill is actually going to be useful. So apparently Edgar is our
we got
most...
Blitz. I didn't even notice that.
Edgar is going to be our most useful character in this entire run.
Yeah, so that means once we hit Mount Colt, we pretty much have easy mode there because I don't know if you've tried to face Mount Colt without having Blitz. It's tough.
They actually nerfed Vargas's HP specifically to make him beatable because you aren't guaranteed to have Blitz on Sabin.
Yeah, it's still tough though.
So we'll take a quick save here just in case. Although I probably should have saved that for after, but whatever.
Sure, we have a few Vox in chat that might have struggled with that fight just a little.
Just a little bit. Ooh, a fire rod. We don't mean to do it on purpose. We just want to show that, not every seed is going to be awful. Promise. I'm definitely getting one of those economizers because I do have that lore skill. I got a couple chainsaws, so I don't need that. Cure ring might come in handy later. I'm kind of starting to run low on cash, so I want to conserve as much as possible, and especially because
a few more shops left here.
Yeah, and with that Moogle charm, I'm actually not going to be fighting very many fights. So, do I actually? Nope. I forgot to put Terra in front. Oops.
Yeah, Chad, don't underestimate the terrible things Skull Kitty's saying in our ears right now.
Only the loveliest of things. Oh! And we have Super Balls in this store, and I cannot buy them. Thank you, everybody who donated.
And they're cheap, too.
They're ridiculously cheap.
So, Super Ball in this, it basically does a random amount of damage, but that damage still tends to be on the high side. So a lot of, especially random encounters and boss fights, become very trivial when you have Super Balls. And that's kind of why we had the incentive here to add some difficulty.
They're even cheaper.
I've never had a seed like this in my life.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
But then again, I can break this game wide open with sketch glitches left and right, so...
Yeah, which I'm not quite that skilled.
I'm just that lucky.
67 GP.
Rolling natural
and I
ones
can't
since 88, baby.
use them. Wait, they had die back in 1988?
Dice?
Yes.
I hope so. Otherwise, D&D's been played really awkwardly for a long time.
Well, you just wrote down the first number that came to mind, right? And then...
And I'm thinking 20. And I'm thinking 20.
Well, I'm thinking 21. Boom.
We played it with dominoes instead of dice.
Yes.
At least I like the way you think.
Ooh, yes. Scala, could that be a thing? Donate to remove the ban on Super Balls. And then I just have to hope that I see them in another store. Ah, right. So I just had confirmation from Scala Kitty that if we can get chat to donate $67, we will remove the ban on Super Balls in honor of that 67 GP. However, I have to hope to find Super Balls again. Because I've seen them in 2 stores, so I might have used up all my Super Ball luck. Although I do end up having to get Celeste, because y'all did donate for that as well. So I could be running around South Figaro for a little bit.
And while you're in there donating, be sure to drop a comment on that donation of why Final Fantasy VI is much better than Final Fantasy VII. Just for me and for Scala Kitty, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Well, and for me, although depending on which game it is, rage could rise. Although I do have to say, I enjoyed 5. I played that for the first time for the Fiesta earlier this past year, and it was a lot of fun. All right, so... Ooh.
Now we have easy mode
Arrow.
Vargas.
Arrow might work.
Just maybe.
Come on. Do damage. Okay. And then, okay, well, I'm gonna get hit with its Gale Cut, but it kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it's not too brutal at this point.
What the?
What?
He already taught you that!
Meanwhile, he's talking to somebody that hasn't even shown up yet.
Yeah, it just doesn't even exist yet. If only you hadn't been such a rush for power.
Jazz Vargas is best Vargas.
And I got some cards for that, so hey, if they're Pokemon cards, we could go back to the Pokemon card game from yesterday. Yes, up on a cliff with a megaphone. Definitely.
Alright, we are definitely booking it. We're making great time so far. And
yeah. Thank you, Moogle Charm.
Here we are at the Returner hideout.
So,
you're gonna see again that cutscene skip and play Paladin shields.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one of those strikers as well. That's a pretty strong, and I'm gonna take Murasame, and and a couple fire skeins because I can throw those. All right, so there. And another fire scheme, so perfect. I will not ever let anybody donate to remove the Paladin shield. That is mine. It will be
It's
used.
shiny.
It is very shiny, and it will protect Locke.
Oh yes, this is the best shield ever made of all time. Do you have a quarter?
It's a fantastic shield.
Quarter and it's yours.
Ooh, what does coin toss do? So
probably just turns like Fight into Ultima because that's how the seed's going.
Jump into ? antidote.
Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, I think I won't be using those.
I mean, I've always wanted a random antidote.
Well, I mean, I guess in the right circumstances, I'd rather have random antidote than like Quake. Especially given that we don't have any cherub downs or anything, so
That random could be that, right?
I
forget.
possibly. I will become your last ray of hope, and we are
That's really nice.
helping out White Mage Bannon today. So shout outs to White Mage Bannon.
Hey Dave, I think you made someone angry.
Oh boy, that's what I'm here for.
We got a $7 donation from Netara. Oh, Dave, I feel so called out. Solidarity. I am honking in rage. Honk!
So many honks. And one of the cool things that I found out when I was playing this, I can check and see what Bannon's equipped with. So nothing. Well, the safety bit could be helpful.
Safety bit's great.
I would rather have a paladin shield on my Bannon here, but you know what? I'll take it.
Safety bit's pretty
Also,
good.
I made it so chat can hear me. Chat, I saw $7. You know what that means? Y'all deserve some FF7 facts.
Oh!
Boy! Oh, I need to run from
Here,
these.
these are quick.
I can run from these.
And I thought about
But no,
them.
but no FF6 facts?
They had to donate $6, and y'all could give them FF6 facts.
Ooh!
Okay.
But anyway, here you go. Here's a freebie. Well, not really a freebie, but here, Natara got you 2 FF7 facts that I realized I should have done during that run, because these are quick ones. Professor Gas, his real first name is Faramis, and Cloud's mom, her name is Claudia. So there you go. That's from like the different production documents.
All right, and I'll commit.
Oh.
If we get some $6 donations, I will give you some Final Fantasy VI facts. I will give you some Scala Kitty quality.
We might
Final
be pretty
Fantasy
close
VI
to our
facts.
first death there.
Oh, you got it. All right. Anyway, bye, chat. But if you give me another $7, I will do it again. I will give you more FF7 facts. You know, I will do it.
You know you want some 6 facts though.
Yeah, make
you
Dave
totally
have to
want
work for
6
it for
facts.
once. Anyway,
Okay, so
let
we're
me
gonna
get back to this.
arrow here and hope
Thanks, Scala.
that we can not get murder faced on the Leet River. This is one of the more difficult sections. I think we're gonna run. No, that's not good. Please don't completely heal the monster. I'm trying to stop.
That Bannon's a little low.
Yeah, and Terra as well, and I don't have any Phoenix Downs or anything.
So, like vanilla, if Bannon falls, that is game over.
So I believe
So we do
that
have
would
some heavy risk here.
I believe that would be a $4 because it would be a party wipe. Okay, so what do I have that I can heal with? I have an X-Ether and a Remedy.
I could
Perfect.
probably come up with 4 reasons why Final Fantasy II is pretty bad for $8.
Wait, are we talking 2J or 2 as in 4?
2J. No. No, we're talking original NES Final Fantasy II.
Now, you
Alright,
can't
Famicom.
get 4 FF2 and A facts because that's $16.
Ooh. I could probably give some 14 facts.
Well, we could probably use a Final Fantasy VI fact right now because Drum Bordist gave us $6 saying FF6 facts, bring it. Honk, honk, honk. Netara, honk, 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 honk. Sorry, honk,
Honk.
no. I guess honk backwards and honk.
Honk.
All right. So Yoshitaka Amano, who has done most of the characters' designs for a lot of Final Fantasy games, has stated on a few occasions that Terra was his favorite Final Fantasy character to draw, and explains why he's probably drawn her the most if you've ever looked into any of his art books.
That was a wonderful fact.
And RBW is going to try to confuse everyone here with a $42 donation.
Wow.
So that's 7 times 6. I expect 6 FF7 facts and 7 FF6 facts.
Huh. How do we want to divvy this up, Skull?
And we are at Ultros, so husbando percent has been met. Natara.
I'll let you take care of Ultros first, but let's see. How this? They definitely need more FF6 facts. So you pick how many FF6 facts you want to do, and I'll fill in the rest of FF7 facts. Up to 7. How about that?
Okay. Let me think about it here. I can spit out a few off the top of my head. So, in developer interviews, it has been discussed that the original end of the game was actually supposed to be the floating continent. The World of Ruin was added later because they found that they were so far ahead of schedule. So that's one.
That would make sense because it kind of explains why we switched to Celeste for the.
I got a double.
Oh,
Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VI fact. The initial plans for Final Fantasy VII was to be a direct sequel to Final Fantasy VI, one of the first direct sequels in the series.
We missed out on that. Really sad faces.
And that is $2 up so far.
Yep. And that is 4 altogether.
Uh-oh.
All right, so that's okay.
That's
We'll
why we
be
save to
fine.
save. Ba-dum-bow.
Wait, we're supposed to save in this run?
Ah, shucks. So yeah, I guess I kind of inadvertently knocked out 3 facts. If you want to knock out a couple 7 facts while I'm thinking.
Ooh, preemptive. I can run away from this. Yes.
Sure, one moment. I just had to double check one of them because it's like I need to make sure I'm using the correct name because there's a lot of names involved. Where is the name I'm looking for?
Ooh, that was lucky. Okay, so I'm going to use this Mega Elixir here. Heal my party. I have Bolt 3 if I could use it. That would have been helpful. And we're going to continue using Arrow. But I do remember I do have some rods here I can use. So I'm not going to throw my Illumina. That would be silly. And that's $5.
Okay, I have another fact while Skull is winding up here. So Sabin, so after you get to the World of Ruin and you're in where you recruit Sabin, the initial plans for that scene was for the building to collapse on Sabin and for him to die. And then if you would have brought Edgar there later, there would have been a special cutscene of Edgar trying to dig him out of the rubble all night.
I'm really glad that they didn't do that. Because that would have been horrible.
Reasons. Yeah, they definitely just took it out because it was too dark.
Like, ow, my heart?
Right.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Ow.
Yeah, can you imagine Coin Song playing to that? Like, I'm tearing up just thinking about it.
Wow! Wow!
Dave!
First of all, Dave, how dare you? Second of all, what gives you the right?
Honk!
Honk!
So mean!
Honk away the tears.
Voting Dave off the couch.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I've already offered to ban him from the couch, so y'all think
Fine, no,
think I can't
jeez.
do that? Jeez. Okay, how many facts do I owe then? You had to give me the number.
I think I did 5.
Okay,
didn't
so
I?
I only owe 2 facts.
I did 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay, we'll do this one. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about Before Crisis again, because I like Before Crisis facts, because no one else knows them, and therefore they can't fact check. Aha!
Or can they? Dun dun dun.
You can. So in FF7, we have the Turk Elena, who joins the Turks a little later on. In Before Crisis, her older sister is one of the main characters. And I only recently found out that she actually does have a canon name. So, Elena's older sister is named Emma. And if you ever look at the artwork for Before Crisis, it is the Turk with the short blonde hair that very much looks a lot like Elena. So they're actually sisters. And there are a couple of characters that actually do share being both in Before Crisis and Dirge of Cerberus. Because guess what? When you make a bunch of games all at the same time, you can just make them all kind of interconnect and totally act like that was your continuity plan all along.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So the characters Azul the Cerulean and Shalua Rui were both first introduced in Before Crisis, before then appearing in Dirge of Cerberus. So there you go. So there is some other FF7 facts for you all.
Yay!
Yay!
And one more bonus. I got another bonus crossover one.
Ooh, okay.
So initially in development for Final Fantasy VI, Celeste was going to suffer from mental instability, very similar to how Kefka did, and that was going to, include some mild insanity, but actually some issues with identity and memory, very similar to Cloud, and that idea was then eventually used for Cloud.
It's very cool how you have a lot of stuff where stuff sort of gets cut out from one game and then sort of ends up in another. Because there's stuff that got cut out from FF7 that you can then sort of see in Xenogears and FF8. Or even Parasite Eve to some extent.
Yeah.
Okay, real talk here, guys.
Explosions.
Can I use my Super Balls yet? Do we have enough?
Well, we got another $6 donation from Quest Moreland that says, "Give me those FF6 facts." That puts us $6 short of being able to use the Super Bowl.
No Super Bowls.
I'm gonna buy a couple just on the off chance.
I don't know. Is that against the rules? Buying them right now, because you're trying to cheat.
I can't use. It means I can't use them. And I paid twice as much for them.
Half the value, twice the price. I love it. All right,
I still can't use them.
So another Final Fantasy VI fact while we're working out the legality of her rule breaking.
Not rule breaking, preparation.
Initially in development, Gogo's recruitment was going to be much different than how we ended up getting him in the final version. You were going to actually run into duplicates of characters you had already recruited in random towns, and to recruit him, you had to bring the character he was currently disguised as with you in order to make it happen. And in part of that, the Siegfried imposter was actually going to be Gogo.
Ah. That would have been interesting.
So that is the only leftover kind of string from that, was that there's a random Siegfried imposter in the world of Ruin.
Mm-hmm. So, I am no longer able to use the Moogle Charm. That part of the run is over. Sad faces. And I am just now in a fight. Hopefully I can fight my way out.
I think I have a few more left in me if there's any more Final Fantasy VI facts. Not many more, but I think I can come up with a few more.
You can do it. I believe in you. And there's always the wiki. Shifty eyes.
Is blind fixed in the randomizer? I'm not 100% sure on that, to be honest with you. A lot of the glitches like that are. But I just don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Alright. Ooh, gold hairpins are
alright, yeah.
actually be useful.
Get them preemptives.
Yes, I need as many preemptives as possible, because Oh, great. This is fun.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Pincers. And then me not attacking the correct monster. Oh well.
Okay,
They
so
seem
we have a
fairly-
little problem right here, right now.
Problem?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You see, we got a couple more donations, but Royal Blue Wizard never really told us that the money was going towards the Super Bowl. So unless he verifies it or Scala Kitty overrides it, we're not quite at the donation total.
That's okay. I'm not going to use them. I will not touch them until I have permission. And should I get permission or not get permission, they will or will not be used.
And Dave said he had a couple of facts left, huh? Well, we have a $6 donation from Azarark that says, "Sigh, fine, Margie, have your stupid Super Balls, filthy cheater."
Not cheater, but thank you, Azu.
And then Mr. Starbird gave $6. Let's bring out the Super Balls, which
Yay!
we gotta wait until we get verification that our BWs goes towards it. But that's two more facts for you, Dave.
2 more facts. All right. So, Realm and her sketch ability was initially supposed to legitimately paint Amano's artwork during the game. And was going to paint a mural of the party's adventures during the ending.
That would have been really cool.
They had to cut it for space.
Well, I mean, Mode 7, everybody.
Madwin, or however most other people probably pronounce it, Terra's father was actually initially supposed to be the frozen Esper discovered in Narsh, which was why that it would have broken her mind control.
I did know that one, yes. So we have Bodysuit Terra here. Playing Kefka.
No comment.
I mean, the sprites aren't that big. You can't get into too much detail.
Okay, so I have officially heard back from Royal Blue Wizard. Yes, he did mean for that $42 to go there, but we kind of threw that incentive up real quick, so it's totally, possible that it was just the system. Remember, everybody, we are actually beta testing a lot of these features, so we'll do our best to, but we're going to honor it. We're going to honor it.
Yay! So I can use my Super Balls?
Yeah, so that does mean that you can use your Super Balls. So we're going to consider this to be closed, and we're gonna honor it. Okay? So we brought back the Super Balls. So let me go ahead and take care of that. Also, I will give y'all an FF6 fact that I know because I think it's really cute. So here you go. This one's for free, and this one's to make up for the fact that we had a technical error. So I will make up for that. So would you like to know why Terra's artwork has blonde hair, but her sprite has green hair?
I like to think that she went swimming in chlorine.
That's a good one. That's a good one. The actual answer is that the lead sprite artist on FF6, Shibuya Kazuko, she overrode the decision to have Terra be blonde because she's like, you know what? If Terra's blonde, then we can't tell her apart very well from the other party members. Also, green makes it a really fun color palette. So bless Shibuya Kazuko for basically flexing her own art skills and pixel skills and giving us green hair Terra.
Well, like, roughly half the cast is blonde in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, not in this version of the game, but...
Yeah, that's what she was complaining about. Anyway, I will let you all go back to the run.
Thank you. Thank you for all the wonderful facts.
Yeah, and thank you, everybody, for all the donations. I still have, I'll say, maybe 2 or 3 more facts I can probably think of.
I can probably come up with some as well, so...
So if you want any more facts, feel free to
gem box.
Throw some $6 donations our way. And for the sake of levity, let me know, do you want a sad fact or a fun fact?
All facts should be fun facts. I mean, that's what my poster board says.
Oh, I still got some sad facts.
Oh, I think you already depressed us all, Dave, okay?
That's what I'm here for.
If you make me cry during this run... The game itself is supposed to make me cry. This is beyond chaos.
Depressing Geek Dave.
Can't run away. But I can Gigavolt. So in theory, this will
I
work.
love the idea of a preemptive attack that you can't run away from. You're like, you ran in like, surprise! And then you're like, oh, it's really big, I can't go anywhere.
It's on me, no! Run away!
I should have thought about this beforehand.
I like the idea of replacing the Magitek armor like stomping sound with like the coconuts from Monty Python the Holy Grail. That would be pretty fantastic. And the Gigavolt's actually not going to help here, so well, there's a wasted turn.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out too. Scala was kind enough to post the link there in chat. There are some newer features, and Beyond Chaos EX is being worked on all the time. They have randomized music and all kinds of new features. Definitely worth checking out. They have Dragon Hunt mode and and they also have like an ancient cave-like mode. There's just all kinds of different things to check out. So highly recommend giving that link a visit if you're interested in playing the game.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite randomizer. Sorry, everybody in the FE community. I love you dearly, but Beyond Chaos is just so wonderfully chaotic.
It's fine. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, well, I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too?
Yes. I am nobody. How about you?
We've been having lots of wonderful poetry donations to be read this past week, so keeping it classy here in the RPG Valkyrie channel. Speedrun Ragnarok poetry mode. So I'm going to keep on trying to run away from these. We are going to hit... Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, there's another $1 for the counter, and yeah, this is going to be all kinds of fun, guys.
We're near the spring, so that's good.
Yes, we're right by the spring, but we'll probably see those birds on the train.
You hate to see it.
Well, I mean, everybody else likes to see it because, shenanigans, but... Oh no! It's unrunnable.
Oof.
Luckily...
Thanks, chat.
Thank you. Okay. We're fine. Everything's okay!
Jerkbirds are defeated.
Alright. So we'll probably see those crab things on the train too. We're gonna have unrunnable on the train, aren't we? Now, because of the way that we took out the cutscenes and stuff, in order to actually make the train spawn the way it was supposed to, you get that little dancing go-go there. And we have Pikachu ghosts!
Pikachu ghosts!
And they actually don't want me to go anywhere, so good times.
Oof.
It's okay. I'm just making back some money so I can buy more Super Balls later.
Surrounded on all fronts by Pikachus.
Yes.
Interceptor's best boy.
Interceptor tried.
Turvigill. I love the random names in this.
Right?
Like Natired Lad.
Natired
Lad.
Yes. Natired Lad.
Yanag approves.
Buy all the Super Bowls. Yes. We still have our little shopkeeper dude here if we can make it to him. We can run away from these. Theoretically. And I believe I remember to put most of them back in the back row. There we go. Howdy,
Keep
folks.
Conti safe.
Alright. Ah, tense! And dried meat. Buy a couple of those. And sure, let's buy a green beret. Raise some HP a little bit. Not that anybody can wear it, but you know. Somebody will be able to, theoretically. Shifty eyes.
Maybe.
Alright, now we're gonna have this one Pikachu decide to come after me.
Graft.
I believe these are the ones that I can't run away from, so...
Well, easy peasy.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no escape. Please let me escape. This is a runnable battle. Sid! Come on!
Pick up the pace. Come on. Yeah, tent only for the cost of 4 paladin shields. What a steal.
Alright. So take a save here because the monsters are going to ramp up in difficulty and I just want to make sure that I can make it through. I haven't needed to use one of those tents yet, so that's probably good.
And we'll have another opportunity before we hit the boss.
You know, this is just one of them. It's going to be probably faster to smush it. If it will let me smush it. How many
Silly bug, you smush!
How many HP does this thing have? Over 1,000, apparently.
All of it.
So much HP. Oh, don't need that. I guess I could use that instead of the tents, but you know.
Yeah.
Don't really want to sit through a long cutscene if I don't have to. One day, Cyan will run. Ooh, a Thunder Shield. If I didn't have the Paladin Shield, that would have been the game-saving drop.
Have you checked to see if any of them are breakable?
It did look like they are. I just don't know what they break for yet. But I do have some X potions to attempt to use on the train, and if it doesn't work, then I will probably end up using either Super Balls or one of those shields.
Conti, let's go!
Unfortunately, we will not be able to suplex the train because none of the characters in my party. That was not what I meant to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, our Blitzer is heading to Narsh as we speak.
Yes. It's okay, I can use the tent, and then... We're good! Totally good! Alright, so range, we're gonna use this tent. Not too worried about this fight, but getting to the fight could be interesting. I am all about those safety saves. I don't need those frames.
Cortox, there might be a code for that. I'm just not aware of what it would be.
One of the flags I am using doesn't randomize the blitz inputs, which it is possible to do. But
yeah, I don't know if there's a way to guarantee blitz other than like what Zero Wing said is to basically just have
roll
all
a
Sabins with.
Yeah, I think there might actually be an all Sabin mode. All right, so we're going to test this first.
Mithril gas.
The X potion will work against the train. Because it's randomized, the train isn't always undead, but today apparently it is, so yay! And yes, that is the Final Fantasy IV Kane sprite. And I got a gold shield.
All
So, yeah.
And now we wait. Sad cutscene already happened. Now we're just waiting.
Yeah, it kind of happens in the background. We don't really pay much attention to it, but I can check a few things. I can only check things on Sabin because he's the only one in my party, but that's fine. And just basically use up that time. Now, before I forget, I want to remove everything I have on Shadow, especially that Illumina, because Locke could use that. It is possible for him to leave the party right now, and if I had gotten a fight, he could have potentially left with my stuff. But he is going to leave the party, like, right now, is right before we jump off the waterfall. So, yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah, like any normal person would, we're going to jump off a waterfall. And
I got a
make our way
preemptive
downtown.
attack against these piranhas, so that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, if they were already in the waterfall, you did jump at them, so.
One of the interesting things about Beyond Chaos versus Vanilla here, that in Vanilla, it's a timer, you listen for the audio cue, and then you know that Rizapos is going to be the next thing to come up. In this randomizer, it's randomized between 30 and 75 seconds. So if I just wait, the piranhas, could... I could wait out that timer for 75 seconds. Or I could luck out and get a 30-second. Well, I think it's been about 30 seconds now, so... at any point after I beat these next piranhas, I could see Rizapos appear.
Yeah, the strategy here really just depends on how strong the piranhas are and what abilities they end up having. If they're usually pretty powerful, you'll typically see whoever's running BC just kind of take it down to one piranha and wait it out.
Yeah.
But these are pretty tame.
Yeah, I usually just kill them because it's something to do in the meantime. And in hopes of getting that quick pop of Rizapos.
Bouncy, bouncy.
And that was a good roll. The thing about Super Balls is that the damage they do is random. The one I used earlier didn't attack all the monsters. It could attack everything on screen, it could attack one thing on screen. And I can either get 256 damage, I believe, or, several thousand.
And everybody's favorite wild child, Rito from Final Fantasy VII.
Well, I mean, it really does fit. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's totally canon.
Totally canon.
He can use that coin toss. Oh, actually, I don't know what he does. Jump and R-Wind. Probably not going to use R-Wind, just in case it gives me something that could kill me. But the Dragon Horn could be useful. I do want to take a save here, though, just in case, because I've seen people die here and have to do the waterfall again. Oh, look, these guys!
Ah, the fave.
It's like I just saw them.
And we're out of here.
Finally! In the Beyond Chaos community, one of the community members actually created a bot that will tell you what abilities will pop up with these skills. So a lot of time, if you see somebody playing Beyond Chaos, they'll have that bot in their channel to ask. Luckily, I know I can run from this. This is the double fight from the camp. When you can't run, it can be an absolute bear.
Don't worry, Draven, I play it without it too. But I also die a lot, so I'm not one to lead by example.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't look at my death counter in the... I assume it's in the corner. I'm not actually looking at the stream screen right now, but... Alright, so now for the Serpent Trench. This could be fun, or this could be fun for everybody else.
It's gonna be too easy to watch.
Well, fun for me means I can run away from the monsters.
Yeah.
These ones are called Chillin' Rad, which is kind of cool. Well, Cillin' Rad.
They are pretty chillin' rad, if you ask me.
I'm going to take the CH pronunciation of C there. They're chillin'. So it does look like I should theoretically be able to run away from these. Oh, nope, never mind. I was hoping if I just hold down the L and R buttons long enough, maybe. So, Reno is a jumpy boy. Ouch!
Oof.
Okay, well, I've got enough money I can stay at the inn in, Nika.
Yeah.
But, ow.
I believe that's another one for the counter.
Yeah. And I can't run from this one either. Guess we could see what one of these shields do. It's gonna attack the enemies, so.
And the rods tend to be they lean towards being vanilla, I believe. Well, that's not bad.
No.
Get him, Reno.
fire good. Yes. Perfect. Alright, let's keep going.
Almost there.
Can I run from this group? No! Alright.
You're in a trench. There's no running in a trench.
Going to run if I want to. I can leave these foes behind.
You can run if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
No, not friends, foes. Alright, so I'm out of flame shields, but I think that might be my last fight. There we go.
Yeah, the other two scenarios are relatively safer.
Well,
for
this
the
one's
most
just
part.
this one's just the longest. Like, if you get really lucky, you'll get a Sabin who can use Moogle Charm. Really, really lucky. That's about the best luck you can possibly get.
Yeah.
All right. Huh, more Super Balls, and they're more expensive.
Yeah, check the other shops. They might have them cheaper.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to buy some anyway because I actually kind of want to find a Phoenix. Ah, Phoenix down. Yes. Oh, that was lucky. All right. I'm going to get a couple water edges. Actually, I don't really need to buy anything else. I should be okay. Yeah. I don't know what
Super Balls and let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go buy more Super Balls. I won't go to the fancy cheap store. I'll play four times as much just because everybody was kind enough to donate to make sure I had them again. There we go. That's plenty to get me through the rest of this. Yes, Water Edwards. I like that. Okay, now I can unequip Cyan and everybody else. Take their relics. And we can go on to Locke's scenario. Hop aboard. Now, everybody donated to have me get Celeste, which means I'm going to do that before I leave South Figaro.
I heard something about donate, so I got one here real quick. How about Bob Z gave $50
Ooh.
Thank you, Bob.
with no message. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your kind contribution.
Yeah. If it is who I think it is, Bob is awesome. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the donation.
Also, I really look forward to seeing when Final Fantasy 50 is the best Final Fantasy.
Do we have a Final Fantasy 50 fact? Okay, we're gonna go with that.
All I care about is if Final Fantasy 16 is based off of the last Square Enix tech demo. The one with the cool sci-fi feel to it. Because I would be 100% down with that.
Me too. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. If, like Ozwak suggested, if we have facts about Final Fantasy 10, do 5 of those. Ooh, more money for Super Balls. And another gem box. Did I actually see what the gem box did? I don't think so. That tack star could be useful, though.
Listen, there's only one fact we need from Final Fantasy X, and that's ha 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 ha.
I'll do that 5 times.
Ha ha
How dare she just ha 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 and run?
ha. Or if we're going based on how the Valkyries have been lately, it should be honk 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 honk. I guess I should equip our Celeste here, who is Legato. And she took a Paladin shield, so that's pretty cool. And I have one for Locke as well. So
Paladin shields for everyone.
Yay! Morph and magic. What is her magic, if anything? None. So even though she has the magic ability, she can't actually...
She hasn't learned any.
Kind of a horrible situation there, but, whatever. I'll take a moment. I'll see what that gem box does. Magic into X magic, but here it turns magic into tools. That's actually more helpful.
Yeah,
So we're going to give her a gem box.
great.
Because I do have some tools that I can use. And we're going to head back through this basement. Heck! Wind the clock. Wind the clock. Wind the clock. Best jump rope chant ever. I guess kids are easily amused sometimes. Aim!
I know I am.
Instant messenger. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, right! Paladin shields! Yes! Thank you, Paladin shields! I can breathe again.
And this is why we normally don't get Celeste.
Yeah, this
So we
part
could have
can
just
be-
skipped all of this entirely.
Yeah, this part can be pretty dangerous, although depending on the skills that you end up with for Locke, it can also be super helpful to have Celeste.
True.
But yes, thank you everybody for donating for this. Ooh, if we get $6 more, I have a Final Fantasy VI fact.
Mmm.
And yes, Echo from Final Fantasy 9 is our Celeste today. Unfortunately, we'll not be seeing her sing the opera. Sad faces. Yes, upside down 6, exactly.
All right, we've managed to escape Figaro. Now we're making our way through the cave back to Narsh to join the others.
Yep. Luckily, we've still got some runnable monsters here. Although they all decided that they want to attack right now. So some Auda, some Wove. All of the attacks. I don't think I've ever gotten this many attacks in South Figaro Cave. Like, coming back.
That's pretty common for me.
I usually top out at like 2. Wait, no. What am I doing? Range? Right. We're good. Okay.
The one place we're really happy we have Super Balls.
Yes. And we even have item to use them. Up, and there we go. That was helpful.
Poof!
I was all ready for it to take like 15 tries. 18 tries, run out of Super Balls. Alright, we should be good. I am prepared. Are you prepared?
I think we're ready.
Alright, so I'm going to take Locke with me because he's already equipped. I'm going to take Celeste because she's equipped. And, his was okay. What did he have again? Blitz. Meh. Oh, wait, you know what? I want people with item. Because I have those Super Balls. So, Edgar does not. He does. Okay, so we're making the party based on who has the item command right now. And then we are going to do our sneaky, I wish I'd known this back when I was a kid strat. And in the meantime, we're just going to equip some people with some random gear. It doesn't really matter that much. Sneak. Sneak. No, I'm not doing the thing. Shh. Sneaking.
You don't do the thing?
No, stop shouting. They're going to hear you. Sneak. All right. I don't think... Nope, didn't get it.
It's all good. We've got enough Super Balls.
Okay, that just healed itself. Let's continue running away. Because apparently I can run away from this guy. Yes, donate to the thing. Oh no! Oh no! I waited too long. Okay, so that's a full party wipe. So another 4?
Wait.
You distracted me too much with the
Party
thing!
wipe. That doesn't sound like 4 to me.
Well, the 4, because... Oh, and
Everyone's in your party on that one. You can't ignore those other people just because you're not moving.
Okay, so how many do you want to call that? And I guess it's +1 for Bannon.
What is that, like 7 or 8 characters there?
6 for the party members, and then
no.
I guess
So
if you want to count Bannon, that's 7.
No, there's more than 6 because
That's been as far as we've recruited.
No, I think there's 7. Tara, Edgar, Locke,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Celeste, Strago, Cyan, Gao.
So 8 total.
Yes. There is not 24. There are 24 playable characters in this game. There's only 14 who can be in your main party, and there's like 2 or 3 who are like semi. Yes.
I'm good with it.
7 playable characters plus. Yeah.
See, it's a good thing that there's an impartial referee here to make sure everything's fair.
All right, so let's see if my RNG holds out on that. On the Super Bowl here. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we're actually going to save before we go into this fight. I mean, in terms of time lost, I think I actually had fewer battles to run from.
We're pretty far ahead of estimates, no big deal.
Yeah. Totally wasn't done on purpose, Shifty Eyes.
No.
Alright. Wait. Don't want Tara in the party. Wanted Locke and Celeste. No, Celeste goes over here. And he can be the leader for that. Sabin and Edgar. Nope, not Edgar. Cyan. Alright, we've got this. La 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 la. Sneaking, doing the thing again. Not going to get distracted this time.
But not the thing.
Well, I can't be doing the thing, because the thing to do is to donate to take this. Because it's so cool. Especially donate $6, so that way you can get another special Final Fantasy VI fact. Okay. Totally should have a smaller hitbox. I agree. Dual Y.
Rude.
Right. There we go.
All right.
So here's Kefka.
Hey, it's Kefka and Arsh.
He must be feeling kind of blue.
Ha.
It's because...
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
And there we go. So as soon as he runs away...
And
That
it's
is
time.
time. So, not my best time, but all things considered.
Way below estimate, we're good. That was well done, Margie.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. And I did learn a new dance.
Show what?
Oh no, we will see the Terramorph, so I can go and show everyone.
Yeah.
So we are going to get a little bit more cutscene dialogue here because the Kefka Narsh version of this for the races, one of the flags actually cut out most of the cutscenes, but we start picking up cutscenes here.
And while we're waiting for this reveal, if you like, Skull, can give us our last Final Fantasy VI fact for this run.
Actually, we got a $6 donation just now.
Hey!
Ooh,
by
yay,
Bob
thank you.
G. So you're not giving this one away for free. This one's
one's
I
not a
want a
freebie.
Final Fantasy fact. I
I'll
also
give it-
want to know what the thing is.
Skull, do you want to describe the thing? Basically, it's
go
a
ahead.
very hard to do skip. Yeah, I'm not good at describing it.
The best way to describe it is that you are switching your parties as you go through that sort of making your way down through the guards to face Kefka, and by doing it at exactly the right time, you can save a few seconds by allowing you to move closer to the second wave, I believe. But it's like really hard to do. That's why it's simply called the thing. There are people who can pull it off, like the top like FF6 Kefka and Narsh runners can pull it off, and it's always really cool when you have the chance to see it. But yeah, the thing is a thing.
Yes.
And Dave, go ahead and give your fact, please.
And then after the fact, I will show the actual. People don't get, have to focus on both at the same time.
So, since we're looking at Terra here, it's actually a Terra fact. During development, Terra was actually originally conceived as a 20-year-old male, half Esper, who was a partner in crime to Locke. Parts of the concept was end up used in Titus and Zidane, and the concept art itself heavily resembles Squall.
Can please DM me this concept art? I am now like super duper interested because like cut and change characters in Final Fantasy games are like my jam.
I'll track it down for you.
Awesome.
And if we get one final $6 donation fact, which I am super excited about. So yes. But here we're going to change into Strago Esper form. That looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have a little bit of a scream. So if you are sound,
Yeah, a little bit of a banshee shriek incoming.
you feel free to turn down your volume. I recommend it. What? What am I feeling? Huh? What's going on? Please tell me. Who am I? Who? Rin.
Oh my god. If this turned into a
An
goose right
Esper.
now, I would just be done.
I can actually feel its mind.
If only. I mean, if we would have had the
Oh,
forethought for this to be a goose.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. Step away from the Esper. Step away from the Esper.
And honk.
So who is Strago going to turn into today? Oh, it's Daryl.
Zombie Daryl.
Yes.
Which
Looking slightly
kinda sad.
pale. So that's actually what happened to Daryl. New headcanon confirmed. So Daryl was just Terra in Esper form this whole time.
Honk.
And that's how Setzer knew her working in the
She's the Goose Queen.
Yeah. That worked too. So we get to see this lovely, not undead Terra or Daryl flying in mode 7 mode. They didn't replace that sprite, but anytime she does morph, or Strago morphs, will turn into Daryl in this form.
Yeah.
And we're here talking to an empty bed.
That's what I
So-
normally do after a big fight.
Yeah, right. I mean, my favorite thing to do. But that is Beyond Chaos, Kefka at Narsh. So very good times. If you haven't ever tried the randomizer, if this is your first time seeing it, it's a great community. Everybody's really welcoming, and you can play with flag sets that are as easy as the ones I used, which ignore the death counter. It's actually not the hardest thing in the world. And you can play with lots of really fun flags that I didn't use today. But in the meantime, I've had fun. Have you had fun? Dave, did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had
Yay.
fun jumping in on stream and doing like Natara does. I can see
Yay.
why she likes it.
Honk.
Yay! Thank you, Scala. And thank you, High Spirits, for hosting.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Hawk.
our
Honking.
Valkyries. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad you could come out, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you for all the donations during this, too.
And thank you very much, Margaret Ann, for running Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos. Coming up next will be Mr. Starbird, who will be running a duo of runs. The first one, East 3, Wanderers from East, followed by Elf, which there is some question marks if this is an RPG or not. It was submitted to the RPG Marathon Questing for Glory, so you could argue that it has RPG tendencies. I don't know. You'll be the call. You'll be the one to decide that. But this is High Spirits, and I will be done hosting for the rest of the marathon. So enjoy the last couple of days, and thank you all for the support. We will be needing a couple of minutes to swap over to the next restreamer and set up the next run.